Hey guys, welcome back to Heart Chats, Friendly Voices. My name is Jason and I am the lovely host of this podcast. On this podcast, I will be chatting with individuals that come from all paths of life as we discuss their unique experiences. I am very excited about today's guest, and if you are too, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and tune in. I am super excited about today's guest. She's caring, she's supportive, and in the face of challenge, she remains open. She is my very good friend. She's a dancer. Welcome, Autumn. Hi. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Flustered.
Period. Don't be flustered.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I feel better.
Yes.
I have my teeth.
All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what was your childhood like?
I am from Merrimack, New Hampshire,
Period.
up north.
Okay.
My childhood was great.
Okay.
2 older sisters.
2 older sisters.
Yep. 4 years older than me. My middle sister is 4 years older than me, and then my oldest is 6 years.
Period. You're the youngest.
I'm the baby.
Only 3 children?
Yep. And we had 2 girl pets as well. So my dad was just overwhelmed by female energy.
Period. And as you should be.
Right.
Right.
I was very busy.
Okay.
My parents liked to make sure we had like all our after school activities in place so we couldn't get up to any mischief.
And that's when dance came into the picture?
Right.
Okay.
My oldest sister danced and my middle sister swam, and I did both. I swam more than I danced growing up, competitively.
Multi-talented.
Yeah. And I quit swimming like freshman year of high school, I would say.
And focus more on dance.
Because my anxiety in swimming was too bad. So I said, I'm going to do ballet.
Period. And how's that?
Right. At least I can breathe oxygen in ballet. Because I'd get out of the pool and just paper bags.
How was swimming? I've always been curious. Like, what's that like? Like, what does that take? I don't know. Is it expensive as just like dance?
Yeah. I mean, maybe not as expensive.
Yeah.
But like you pay for the meets and you pay for your swimsuits and caps and goggles, and the suits are expensive.
Really?
Because you have like the fast suits that are like high tech. You actually wriggle into them. But yeah, it's hard. It's just a lot of cardio and like repetition. And
yeah.
It's probably very good for your mind because it's like
meditation. You have to be so focused.
Mm-hmm.
So you just started back up in your dance season.
Mm-hmm.
What does that feel like in this time of your life? And what are you most excited about?
The summer that I took was very much for me.
Yeah.
And there were other life things that happened that kind of pushed me to do it for me.
Yeah, to fill your own cup.
Yeah. It was kind of like I had no other option. I was like, well, that's just me. So I'm going to do what I want to do.
Period.
And it was great.
I love that.
Yeah. I think when I was younger, I would either go like all ballet all summer to like keep it going, or I would go the opposite end of the spectrum and be like, I'm not going to do it ever. Like I'm going to take a whole summer, and then I come back and I feel awful.
Right.
But I did like just what I wanted to do, and I did it in the way I wanted to do it. So I went back with like my home studio teacher, and we just like stripped it down, and we like had fun together talking about ballet and
going back to your roots. Kind of.
Yeah. And like in a very non-stressful environment where I didn't feel like I had to be
a certain way
perfect the whole time. Yeah. So it was kind of cliche, but healing.
Yeah.
And then also going to New York and
being with Michael Breeden.
Yeah.
What was that like?
A little bit. He was so much fun to work with, as you know.
Yeah.
At Nashville Ballet for Year of the Rabbit.
Yes.
And I was just like, I just feel like it'll be fun energy with him, safe energy, and he's just so good at what he does. So
he's very energetic.
Yeah.
He's like, again,
Right. And
again.
and it makes
And-
you energetic.
Right, and you actually want to do it. You're
Yeah.
like, yes, I do, and I want to fix what you just corrected me
Let's
on.
do it again.
Yeah.
But I've never had that experience where I know about myself that it takes me longer to, like, when we're being thrown something
Yeah.
brand new
Yeah.
and it's day one and it's getting casted and all those things, I often kind of shell up. Even
Yeah.
if I feel really good about the role down the line,
Yeah.
I kind of shoot myself in the foot up front.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to set myself up for success.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my feet wet and know the steps and just put my best foot forward.
Yeah. Do you feel like it was like you weren't overthinking as much this
Right.
go around?
Right. Yeah. I could just be there and know that, like, I had the tools, even though I didn't even necessarily need to do coaching to know that I have the tools, like,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But it just, like, calmed me down enough
Yeah.
that I could just kind of, like, drop in that
Like
first
having that
rehearsal.
experience allowed you to see the tools that you already had
Right.
inside of you.
Right. And for me to show them.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
were able to apply them to a
Yeah.
situation and seize the moment.
Right.
Period.
Right. But even like taking class at Steps and just being with a bunch of different dancers, all super talented, and knowing that, like, I belong in that room. Like,
Yeah.
I do.
I love that.
It's not just in my own little bubble that, like, I have my own power.
Yeah.
That, like, other people can see and I can feel, and yeah, just like worthiness, I think.
Absolutely. And that's what I feel like is hard with being a professional dancer, is like when you have that time away, like you're saying, and then you realize like what you really have inside of you and like what you can do. And then you go back into a space where you are having to, like, quote unquote perform. You're not really performing, but like,
Yeah.
in a sense you are, because they want to see if you have that inside of you. So you have to perform. And so then it's easy to get into, or like slip into, doing it the way that they think, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you may think they want.
Yeah.
And so now you're no longer using those tools anymore. It's just like outward projection of like, this is what you want, right? Instead of like focusing on like, these are the tools I focused on this summer and these are the tools I'm going to use, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's easy to slip back into the like habit of like, okay, people please, and then hopefully I get it, as opposed to like really showing what you have. And like, again, like showing up in the room and being like, I'm worthy to be here.
Right.
Like I have a right to be here.
Right.
Because I'm here.
Right.
Period.
Yeah, that's all it takes. It's that easy.
What do you think other dancers find challenging in the dance world? And like, what have you seen up close and in person?
Needing to get validation from your boss
Yeah.
in terms of what your body is doing
Yeah.
as the way to take it to each next kind of like level up in your career is really hard.
Yeah.
Because what does anybody else know?
Yeah.
Right. And it's, you want help and you want guidance along the way, but really it's only you that's going to get you there.
Yeah.
And so I think it's like that friction of, you want the support. You also know that you're the only one that can actually facilitate your own growth and trajectory.
Yeah.
Dealing with the ego day in and day out.
Girl. Let's
Dealing
speak about
with,
it.
you know, we're standing in front of the mirror. You're fighting for different casts every day, and it's your friends, but you're all going for the same thing, and there's only so many spots and
opportunities.
Yeah, it's the reality of the limited offering that our world has.
Yeah. It kind of just dawned on me, in, you know, even while we're talking about the ego, when you're so focused on your thoughts, when that's all your attention is consuming, it is so easy, because our thoughts are our past experiences or things that we imagine. It's our desires, it's what our personality wants. Like when we're so focused on that, like, of course we would forget who we really are. Of course, you know what I mean? Of course we would forget that we are the one watching those things, and we are the ones that can let those go.
Yeah.
We are the ones that can like hold on to those and, try and manifest them in the world. And we're also the ones that can just see it, like a cloud and just allow it to pass. But when we're so focused on our thoughts like that, like, of course we would forget what we can really bring to a room. Like, of course we would forget that we are here and we are worthy.
There's things that you can't stop from happening, like injury or like nagging pains, or you get sick.
Yeah.
And then that week doesn't feel as good because your headspace isn't as clear.
Right.
Or but I think the trick is not letting that snowball.
Not paying so much attention to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Or like making that your new reality.
Yeah. See, that was one of my challenges. Definitely like walking into the room and like putting all of my attention onto like all the thoughts that I was having. And so I wasn't really able to like be in the process sometimes and like understand that like, Jason, you don't have to be perfect on day one. And like, this is a ladder, you know what I mean? And like the performance being like at the top and like you're ready.
Well, it's easy to be ready, but it's not easy to not be ready.
Right. You walk into a room and you just have this narrative of like, I'm supposed to be perfect, And that for me, I found sometimes wasn't even like stemming from the front of the room. It's stemming a lot from me and like my own expectations and having my own standard, of like where I think I should be at. And it's like, doesn't even have to be that. Like, it's day one. You just got into the room. You don't need to be doing all these pirouettes and jumping as high as you can. Like, just suck in the information and then like, use those tools to like put it out there, you know what I mean? In the way that you would.
Yeah.
It's for me, it was a lot of overthinking. Yeah. Like those challenges and like jumping over that hurdle of like just letting that go.
Yeah. It's so funny that you say that you were that way in the studio, because
you would have never known.
I mean,
some days, like you're saying, some days it really just, like it just caught you. Like you were just so consumed by that one thought. It only takes one.
And what would you feel? What would it be at bar if you could like name it?
I mean, really, it would be frustration. Because like,
frustration in anything. It's frustration with the way you're dancing. It's frustration with who is teaching the combination.
Right.
It is
yeah.
It could take any shape.
Absolutely.
But you're like, I know what this is coming from.
Yes. And like most of the time it would be comparing to how it was the day before. So like one day I just feel more limber, more open, like my leg feels like it goes higher. I don't feel as tight.
Yeah.
Like it just feels easier to turn out and things like that. And then I would just notice like the next day, it would just be so like, I'm like, why does it feel so difficult to get my leg up as high as it was yesterday? And I would get a little frustrated.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like meditation really taught me like to be able to see those things.
I really think that bar is so just telling for me. Like I can feel
where I'm
at immediately. And it's like any other, like swimming, like any other meditation. I think it just like strips everything else away. It's your marker for the morning. And then it's like, I'd like to take it as a challenge.
Yeah.
Whereas in the past, I feel like I more would just kind of see what was missing and like cling to it.
Yes.
Like now I'm like, okay. Oh, we're not thinking about this. That's all right. Okay. We're going to think about it more now.
Right.
Right.
You're paying attention to one thing and there needs to be a balance of like incorporating, whatever it is, turnout
or even like the teacher's teaching the combination. And I'm like, oh, we're tired today.
Right.
When I watch in class now, and if I'm in a good space or a bad space, I can look around and I can recognize it in other people so much more easily. Like I feel more in tune with everybody.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, I know that day.
Yeah.
And I might have that day tomorrow.
Right.
Like
You have empathy for
it makes me more empathetic, and also I feel like it also helps you. It helps yourself because to see it on someone else, you're like, but we don't need to. We don't need to carry all that.
Right. We don't need to carry all of it.
Yeah.
And I've been there.
And I've been there. It's like I struggle with like even being like, don't pick that, because I'm like, you're gonna pick it up tomorrow, girl. Like, what are you saying?
You are so aware. I love it. Period. I love that for you.
Or like I picked it up 30 minutes ago. Right now I put it down, but I might pick it up again.
Right.
Like,
period. Yeah. I love that. You and I talk about relationships.
We did.
Friendly and intimate. What do you think makes relationships thrive, and what do you think makes relationships go sour? Let's start with thriving.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I'm like, doesn't everybody love to talk about relationships? Is that just you and I that you feel like it's more?
I feel like some of my friends talk about it more, and some of them don't talk about it as much. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you and I, like, we talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's not even like we talk about like our friends. We talk about like the relationship that we have with ourselves.
Right.
And then that kind of leads into like how our relationships are with other people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See?
I was thinking about this one a lot. And just how a relationship in general is connection, right?
Yeah.
And in order to feel connected to someone, you have to be present.
Yeah.
And I feel like it all kind of comes back to that for me, is whether or not I'm being present.
Yeah.
Or if I'm creating my whole armor of thoughts that makes it something it's not.
Yeah.
You know? Because I think, especially as a female, personally, I have found that a lot of my other female friends like to overthink.
Yeah.
And we're good at it. We come up with amazing, like, just imaginative situations. You know, it's just, and I think it can be fun sometimes, but it has its place.
No, for sure.
No, but I think just making sure that I'm actually talking to the person and I'm not talking to what I think the person should be saying,
right?
Or what I think I should be feeling about what they're saying,
right?
And usually that's when I like have better conversations and I actually feel like I hear the person and
you're listening.
They feel like they hear me, and you just leave it feeling full.
Yeah.
I can tell where my head's at based on those interactions with people and like how they go.
Yeah.
Because it's about you at the end of the day. And how you're showing up.
Period.
Yeah.
What do you think makes them go sour?
I think being in your head.
Yeah.
Like actually say what is in your heart versus what you think you should be saying or maybe not saying. I'll leave myself and like who I am because I think that this person wants me to be more like them,
right?
And a lot of the time they don't want you to be more like them. They want you to show up as you because
absolutely.
That's what a relationship is. It's not two of the same person.
Right.
And even if they're not going to admit that, like that's how you have the best conversation is when two people show up as themselves.
Absolutely.
So
when you're not focused on who you think you are or who they think they are, but you're focused on like
what's in front of you.
Yeah. The present moment.
Yeah.
Like you really start to see your partner. Like you really start to see, you know, like who they are. And like you listen to them. Like you really listen to them. You show up for them, you know, and like even when they bring like a quote unquote like problem to you, it's not really a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't feel like that. What is a narrative that you think a lot of people take into a relationship?
Well, I think with social media, you have so many opinions about what relationship should look like.
Yeah.
And so everyone has like their checklists.
Right.
And their red flags.
Right.
Their deal breakers.
Girl, these red flags.
Right. And it's like, sure, I want to be aware of what I'm willing to put up with and what I'm not willing to put up with.
100%.
But I also feel like you can, to some degree, some of those things you will feel in the moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
If you're in tune with yourself, then it's like we can let go of some of those littler things.
Right. No, absolutely. And it's like we go into these relationships thinking that these people are supposed to be this thing. And as soon as they are combative to like what you have an opinion on or what you think, it's all of a sudden, ooh, that's a red flag. It's like, that may not even be a red flag. That just may be a difference in opinion. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you should leave this person. It doesn't necessarily mean that you should just like, this person is now like expendable.
Right.
It's just a difference in opinion.
Right. What if they provide you with something else because they don't have that one thing that you were looking for?
Right.
There's a flip side to the coin.
Right.
And you are already saying you don't like the flip side to that coin when you haven't experienced it yet.
Right.
Like I had a phone call with my mom the other day where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to say this. And then I was like, I'm just going to say it. I was like, this is my mom. Why am I questioning if I'm going to say something? And I think it's because it's like, my mom and I don't usually talk like this.
Yeah.
Or I'm afraid of maybe the way she'll respond to it.
Right.
And so I just said it, and we had like a really great conversation about whatever it was that we were talking about. And it turned into like a, kind of end to the phone call where my mom was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry. But like, had I stuck to my agenda with that relationship, you know,
you would have never received that moment.
Yeah.
What is some advice the next generation could use to enhance their life experience?
When I feel like I'm just taking in so much, I'm so overstimulated, and being able to quiet it and distill down what is actually important and what I actually want to focus on.
Yeah.
I think that's, and finding out what you believe in and what's true to you.
Yeah.
And what you actually want to digest from what you've seen or what you've heard.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people today, myself included, can, like, there's triggering things everywhere in our world today. And I was actually talking to my mom again about this. She is someone that likes to be very in tune with everything in the world, which is great.
Yeah.
And there's value. There's great value to the way that she is.
Yeah.
But I go more towards the other extreme when I have so much in front of me, information-wise. I will be like, I can't take any of it.
She's like, I gotta dip.
I can't. I gotta go in my home.
I gotta go.
Yeah. And like, but I also don't want to cry all week, right?
No,
like, I don't want to
absolutely.
be so tied up in it that I lose my own life.
You lose yourself.
Yeah, and I lose myself. So yeah, I think it's, for myself, figuring out the balance, and for everyone else, figuring out the balance. Some people maybe more, some people maybe less.
Absolutely. I definitely resonate with that. I feel like for the next generation, it's super imperative that you don't just fall into what everyone else is doing, and that you are, courageous enough to be called the rebellious one, or
but not just to be the rebellious
right
one.
Exactly. They need to have their own conscious choice of how they're showing up, and not what social media is telling them to do and not what the news is telling them to do and not what their family or friends or their close. And you may lose friends.
Mm-hmm.
You may lose friends. You may lose a friend, boo. But you have to be like, you know what? Me keeping that friend and lying is only going to build resentment within myself. It's only going to make me angry. I'm going to be honest with them. And if they walk away from me, then they're not my friend.
Right.
You can take in the information and take action with that information. But if that's all that your attention is consuming, of course you're angry. Of course you're depressed. Of course you're sad. And of course you're not aware to the fact that there are 8 billion people on this planet and we're all having 8 billion different experiences. And that's not even including the plants and the animals on this planet. Like, of course you're going to solely be thinking about only what you think the world should be like.
Yeah.
How do you stay connected to your humanity?
I think relationships, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like that is what is life to me, you know? I think our relationships are what, obviously, they shape us.
Yeah.
They challenge us. They move us forward. We make a lot of our massive life decisions based off of them.
Yeah.
And just pouring into them and staying in tune with them and knowing when I need to give a little more.
Yeah.
And maybe when I'm giving too much.
Yeah.
Or when when my energy isn't placed in the right spot.
Yeah.
And it all comes back to myself.
Yeah.
And
staying connected to who you are.
Staying connected. Because when you're connected to who you are, the relationships are that much more full.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think having like a really good foundation and group of people around me is
a community.
Is really important to me.
Well, thank you for being here. Will you just let everyone know where they can find you?
Where they can find me
on social media and where they can reach out to you if they have questions or they want to know what you're up to.
Okay. Well, I'm not super active on social media, but AK Tierney on Instagram. That's probably the only place you can find me.
Period.
Unless you want to just come to Nashville, we can hang out.
Period.
We'll sit.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here. I'm gonna give you a hug.
Okay.
I can give you a hug.
Sorry, I'm in my athleisure.
It's okay. Thank you guys for joining us here today on Heart Chats Friendly Voices. If you like what you heard and saw, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Ooh, and don't forget to leave a comment. Thank you guys for joining us here today. I really appreciate you. Until next time, and just remember, stay in love and move in joy.